Let me tell you about two people who both started investing at 25 with nothing. Sarah puts away $300 a month, watches every dollar, skips vacations, packs her lunch every single day. After 3 years of sacrifice, she finally hits $10,000. She stares at that number and thinks, is that it? 3 years of grinding for 5 figures that wouldn't even cover 2 months of rent in most cities. Meanwhile, somewhere across town, a 58-year-old named James wakes up on a Tuesday, checks his investment app, and notices his portfolio grew by $11,000 overnight. He didn't do anything. He was asleep. He didn't skip a single lunch. Same destination. Completely different journeys. And here's what nobody told Sarah when she started. She already did the hardest part. The part James would never have to do again. My name is Fox, and I spend way too much time thinking about why the financial system feels impossibly hard at the beginning and almost effortless at the end. And more importantly, what that means for where you are right now. If you're someone who's grinding toward that first savings milestone and wondering why it feels like running through wet concrete while other people seem to glide, hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if it ends up clicking for you. Here's the thing that broke my brain when I first understood it. Getting to $1 million is mathematically easier than getting to $10,000. Not easier in the sense that rich people have it easy. Easier in the sense that the math itself becomes your ally instead of your enemy. Let me show you exactly what I mean. When you have $0 saved and you put away $500 a month, you are doing 100% of the work. Every single dollar in your account got there because you earned it, protected it, and chose not to spend it. Your money isn't helping you at all. It's just sitting there, waiting. But something changes when you cross that first major threshold. At $10,000 invested, earning an average 8% annual return, your money generates $800 a year on its own. That's $67 a month showing up without you lifting a finger. Not life-changing yet. But it's no longer just you against the world. You've got a very small, very quiet partner working alongside you. At $50,000, that same 8% return generates $4,000 a year. $333 a month. Now your money is paying for your groceries every month while you sleep. At $100,000, you're generating $8,000 a year. That's $667 a month. Your money is now covering your car payment and your phone bill without you touching it. At $500,000, your portfolio generates $40,000 a year. Your money is earning more than the average American worker's salary. Automatically, silently, whether you add anything new or not. And at $1 million, you're generating $80,000 a year at that same 8%. Your money is doing the work of a full-time professional salary. Every year. Forever. This is why James woke up $11,000 richer on a Tuesday. He wasn't lucky. He wasn't smarter than Sarah. He just had enough capital deployed that the math had completely flipped in his favor. But here's the part that really gets me. The journey from $0 to $10,000 takes most people longer than the journey from $100,000 to $200,000. Let that sink in. Doubling your money from 6 figures takes less time than building your first 5 figures from scratch. Why? Because at 0, you are the engine. At $100,000, you and your money are both the engine. And money never calls in sick, never gets tired, never asks for a raise. So what does this actually mean for you right now? Because I know what you might be thinking. Great, so rich people get richer automatically. Thanks, Fox, super helpful. But that's not the point. The point is this. The suffering you feel right now is not permanent. It's a specific phase. And it's the hardest phase you will ever experience on this journey. It gets measurably, mathematically easier with every dollar you add. The grind from $0 to $10,000 is the entire war. Everything after that is a series of smaller battles with better weapons. Now, let me give you the number that changed how I think about this completely. If you save $500 a month starting at 25, your first $10,000 takes about 19 months. A year and a half of discipline, sacrifice, saying no. 19 months. Your second $10,000 takes 17 months. Same effort, 2 months faster. Because now your first $10,000 is quietly helping. Your third $10,000 takes 15 months. By the time you're building your 10th $10,000, you're hitting each milestone in under a year. And once your portfolio crosses $400,000, you're generating a new $10,000 every 3 months just from returns alone. The same milestone that took you 19 months of sacrifice at the start is now happening automatically every 90 days. You didn't become smarter. You didn't work harder. The math just finally started working for you instead of against you. This is the single most important thing to understand about wealth building, and almost nobody explains it clearly. The difficulty is front-loaded. The rewards are back-loaded. And most people quit somewhere in the middle because it feels like nothing is working, right when they're actually closest to the inflection point. Here's what separates the people who make it from the people who don't. It's not income. It's not intelligence. It's the ability to stay in the game long enough for the math to switch sides. Rich Richard understands this. He treats his monthly contribution like a bill, not optional, not negotiable. When the market drops and his $10,000 becomes $8,500, he doesn't panic. He buys more. He knows he's not losing money. He's buying the same assets at a discount. He keeps his head down and lets time do the heavy lifting. Poor Paul checks his portfolio every day. When it's up, he feels like a genius. When it drops, he pulls out to stop the bleeding, locking in losses right before the recovery. He keeps starting over. $0 to $8,000. Drop. Panic. Withdraw. $0 again. He's been investing for 6 years and has less than $5,000 to show for it. Not because the market failed him, because he never let compounding actually work. The math is completely on your side, but only if you stay in long enough to let it run. So here's where I want to leave you. If you're somewhere between 0 and your first $10,000 right now, you are in the hardest stretch of the entire journey. The returns feel invisible. The sacrifices feel real. The progress feels painfully slow. That feeling is not a sign that you're doing it wrong. It's a sign that you're doing it right in the hardest phase, before the math has had time to help you. Every dollar you add right now is building the foundation that makes every future dollar easier. Sarah's $10,000 wasn't the finish line. It was the moment her silent partner finally showed up for work. Don't quit before they arrive. If this reframe helped you see your situation differently, smash that like button and subscribe. More videos coming that will change how you think about money, one idea at a time.